Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. A Yucca Valley man was arrested this week on suspicion of threatening to assassinate President Donald Trump. The United States Attorney's Office said that Thomas Strevel, a 73-year-old resident of Yucca Valley, has been charged with 3 counts of making threats against Trump when he was president-elect. Strevel was arrested on Monday for investigation into multiple Facebook posts made shortly after the 2024 U.S. presidential election, expressing his desire to harm or have others harm President Trump. The U.S. Attorney's Office said that on November 6th, the day after the election, Strevel posted, quote, "Trump is a dead man walking for the time being until a patriot like myself blows his expletive brains out in the very near future." The U.S. Attorney's Office said that on November 12th, Strevel posted a message on Facebook that read in part that he was, quote, "willing to make America great again and blow his expletive brains out." Thomas Strevel was arraigned on Tuesday in United States District Court in Riverside County on 3 counts of making threats against the president-elect. If convicted, Strevel would face up to 5 years in federal prison for each count. Thunderstorms brought severe flooding to 29 Palms yesterday, with roads being closed throughout the city. Rain fell across the high desert beginning at around 4:30 p.m., and flash floods shut down portions of Adobe Road, Indian Trail, Raymond Way, and Lear. 29 Palms city officials issued an alert at 9 p.m. last night, saying that their public works department finished cleaning mud and debris from city-managed roads. Mesquite Springs has been cleared from 2 Mile to Indian Trail. Indian Trail has been cleared from Mesquite Springs to Adobe Road, and Raymond Way has been cleared from Mesquite Springs to Adobe. Adobe Road from Raymond Way to Amboy may still be closed. Z107.7 has received reports this morning that Morongo Road from Indian Trail to Poline is still closed. The state of California's Department of Fish and Wildlife released the final draft of their Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan yesterday. The state has been working on the conservation plan for the last several years in advance of a June 2025 deadline. The final draft plan incorporates notes and feedback from several workshops held this year, an extensive public comment period, and input from local governing agencies, including counties, cities, and land management organizations. The State Fish and Game Commission will hear public comment on this final draft plan at their meeting on June 11th and 12th. You can see the final draft of the plan at a link in this story at our website, Z107.7FM.com. The Yucca Valley Town Council advanced an initiative that will eliminate CEQA costs for single-family homeowners as they pertain to the Western Joshua Tree. Here's reporter Adeline J. Wells with that and more from last night's meeting.
Last night's Yucca Valley Town Council meeting began with an item concerning the 2025 General Plan. Deputy Town Manager Shane Stuckel recommended the town enter into a professional services agreement with Placeworks, who will prepare the changes required since the last General Plan update in 2022. These include revisions to the hazard maps, hazard mitigation plan, and safety elements. The item also concerned the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Act, which requires an approved CEQA document and mitigation measures for incidental take permit applications. Town staff presented this item at numerous council meetings as the legislation raised concerns about the expenses that would be passed on to homeowners looking to develop. Stuckel explained that the town collaborated with the Department of Fish and Wildlife to include a mitigation measure in the General Plan Environmental Impact Report, requiring developments to comply with regulations and standards. Single-family homeowners can utilize this report to qualify as a CEQA document for incidental take permits, thus eliminating the costs associated with CEQA preparation. The council voted to approve the proposal and applauded the development pertaining to the Western Joshua Tree, as noted by Mayor Pro Tem Merle Abel.
Whatever we can do to help the local property owner, the homeowner, try to save money in the CEQA process and also cooperate and work with Department of Fish and Game. So I'm glad we're moving forward with it.
Town staff then presented its completed operational review of the Yucca Valley Animal Shelter. Following public discourse and concern about shelter practices, the town initiated the 90-day review at the council meeting on March 4th. Stuckel highlighted changes the town has already implemented to improve shelter operations, including utilizing social media to post adoptable dogs online, outreach to rescue groups, and scheduling adoption and low-cost spay-neuter events. The council also moved to create a subcommittee that will meet quarterly on animal care and control. Councilmember Jim Jim Schooler and Mayor Jeff Drodes both agreed to serve on the committee. This was followed by a presentation on updates to the town's volunteer program and guidelines as it would apply to shelter volunteers. The meeting was well attended, and residents contributed nearly 30 public comments between the two items regarding the shelter. Many comments echoed sustained concerns about shelter management and highlighted the need for accountability moving forward. Lastly, town staff presented the council with the recommendation for the official name of the new facility on Elk Trail, currently referred to as the Old Town Beautification and Sustainability Project. The Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Commission opened submissions for the new name and received 77 unique suggestions from 312 contributors. Several referred to the names of various founding families of Yucca Valley. For this reason, the PRCC recommended the name Founders Plaza at Old Town as an alternative collective name. The council approved the new name for the facility. In closing remarks, Stuckel noted that the application for the Vertical Bridge Monopine project has been rescinded. The proposed cell phone tower on Mountain View Trail was met with significant neighborhood opposition. The applicant is considering other sites within Yucca Valley for the project. This is the first of two stories concerning the Yucca Valley Town Council meeting. Tune in tomorrow for a deeper dive into the Yucca Valley Animal Shelter operational review and the associated volunteer program. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
Despite flash flood warnings and road closures, the 29 Palms Planning Commission met last night. Annalise Kuiper joins us with a recap.
The commissioners voted 3-0 to follow staff's direction and declare the property located at 7291 Woodward Avenue in 29 Palms a public nuisance and a dangerous building by A, ordering the property owner to obtain a demolition permit within 20 days and begin demolition of the property within 45 days, or B, submit plans for reconstruction and obtain a building permit within 20 days and begin reconstruction within 45 days. C, ordering the property owner to remove all inoperable vehicles, trash, and debris from the property by no later than 30 days. A workshop was conducted to discuss pet grooming as a home occupation. To date, permission has been denied for fear parking issues would be created, as well as concerns that there would be noise issues with too many customers and their pets in a residential neighborhood zoned for a 1-dog and a 1-cat limit. The commissioners were open to revisiting this issue, but it was the general consensus that other home occupations denied in the past should also be revisited. For instance, a recurring request for a home barber shop. It was decided to research this issue in more depth and revisit when all the commissioners are present at the meeting. For Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.